Kenshi loading in on Freddy on the Nightmare. Loading up here on Dead Dog Saloon. Really excited. We had a really good Freddy match last set between Knocker and Ariandel. So I'm hoping to see something similar. And we are in the action now, Rob. We saw someone walking off in the distance there. Who was that? Looked like an ace.
You unfortunately would be wrong about that. It looks like it's Daimao, who is absolutely juicing on this filler palette here. Getting a blind as well. Very nice to see. I honestly would have mistaken him for ace too, so it's not even your fault. I was about to say, yeah, it's totally an ace. Looking, you know, just making out the aura there. But now actually seeing him, that is actually a Renato, and that is Daimao on Renato. We are already faking teleports into the match. Nice little mind game there, convincing Daimao, hey, this Freddy's gonna teleport away. Not really. Oh crap, I'm getting hit. And that's Shaq Palette gone. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not public DBD, this is competitive DBD. No reason to fear why the Shaq Palette is not here, alright?
So interesting to see that we don't have Sloppy Butcher on this build, which, again, you know, there's different play styles. For this one, we are rocking... swings back. Okay, listen, there's good and bad that just happened there. The bad is we missed the swing, but the good is we managed to dodge back and avoid the pallet stun, which would have given Daimao a lot of room to get into the inside of the map. But you saw that there. Great fake on the pallet. Daimao does eventually go down, but wow, great first chaser from Daimao. Hopefully the survivors have managed to maybe double up a gen and get it done. Now, we are going for this corner generator, a corner hook. I assume it's going to be a pain res. We're about to see. It is, in fact, a pain res. Now, that's a very, very deep hook. Let's see what these gens look like around here, because if they have a nice 3-gen over there, that could be a really, really hard save to make. Never mind, we are going all the way over to the buildings. We're not bothering with the camp. We are now going to be chasing. Hey, look, it's an ace. It's Jiggy.
Very nice, ambitious swing onto the water tower palette there, but it doesn't come through. And this actually being ace, wow, he is absolutely juicing on this setup here at the water tower. Finally taking the hit. Took a while. Also, just wanted to shout out the Pain residents coming in and perfectly spectating it. Great job, Malama. Thank you so much. That was really smooth. It's almost like it's the Dead by Daylight movie. Oh man, do you guys think Pain residents will be in the Dead by Daylight movie? I think so.
Oh God, I hope not. So we do. We drop chase on Jiggy. We come back and try and find Daimao here for the tunnel out. So far, staying pretty stealthy. I think that they didn't get out of there. I think they might still be stealthing in that corner. But Kenshi knows that doesn't have a whole lot of time to mess around, and instead goes into this main building generator, which did not pop. We saw one gen pop while we were getting the hit there on Jiggy. I thought it was the main gen, but apparently it was not. That looks like a balanced landing play by our Nia, by Nizan, and it is in fact. We're seeing a lot of windows blocked here. I haven't seen the totem. Have you yet, Metal?
I have not. You know, it's hidden pretty well, I'd say. And I mean, you know, crowd control is a very oppressive perk, especially on a map like Dead Dog Saloon. So it's no wonder why Kenshi is running it here. Man, Jiggy is playing these 50s perfectly, it feels like, giving Kenshi absolutely no room to play with. Oh my! I feel like he's standing close enough.
There.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm the same way. I'm like, you're playing that pretty close there, Jiggy. I don't know. I mean, keep in mind, like, you know, holding the check spot there is really important, but I don't know. That seemed like a little sketchy. The down comes in on Jiggy. We see Eruption go off on one of the further gens. And speaking of, there goes the totem. We're going to see no more blocked windows for the rest of the match unless they triple buff them.
Yeah, another generator comes through. That's 3 generators done. Very nicely done here, I'd say, because, I mean, getting these generators done, you want to make sure that the win condition is as low as possible so that it's an easy one to beat for your killer player. You're really doing your killer player a service by making sure the win condition is easy to beat. So these gens coming out so fast is really nice to see, honestly.
Losing that tunnel out is really hurting Kenshi right now. Jiggy is just recently unhooked, so hopefully that we can maybe transfer our tunnel out. This looks like, yeah, this is Daimao again, but at this point we're chasing another healthy survivor, so the tunnel out looks a little bit less inviting. We will get a swing on. We'll get a damage on Daimao. Jiggy does get healed, so I mean, I guess we're just kind of ping-ponging between tunnel outs here. With 2 gens left and a lot of progress, I think at this point we need to start putting some points on the board, right? We're not sitting in unless something drastically changes. We're not sitting in 4K territory. So you know, I think start putting up fresh hooks, start putting up some hook states. Obviously take the easy chases, the injured chases if you can. But if you worry about tunneling out too much and they have a good chase, you can end up losing this match.
Absolutely. Very well said, Andrew. And I think that honestly not having Sloppy Butcher in this match is going to be a bit of a detriment for our Freddy here, because it's a very strong perk and it helps out quite a bit, keeping these injuries in, making sure resets take longer or they don't come in at all, because there's more value in completing generators at this stage of the match. But I mean, honestly, with that being said, the survivors of Vikzz here are playing this very well. They are making sure to take difficult chases for Kenshi to really do much about. They're taking them in completed generator locations. They're playing this very well, and also the 50s are just absolutely phenomenal, I'd have to say. I mean, this is the kind of team play that you would expect to see from a top 10 team, and it's coming through very well, I'd say.
I don't know if I love that wall break on that TL building. The only reason I say that is because Karma was injured and Freddy's pretty oppressive with his snares. If you by breaking that, you allowed Karma to make it to main building, and without bamboozle or obviously crowd control being broken now, it's just main building is such a nightmare to chase around. So that was an unintentional pun. Like I was literally saying the words before it came out, and then I was like, oh, it's a pun. So unintentional.
That's why we say pun not intended.
That was a non-intentional pun.
I did not intend to pun there.
Point
but
is,
I did.
It sucks chasing at main and giving breaking that wall and let Karma get to main. That would have been a really good. You could have got another pain res, could have got another fresh hook, and take advantage of the injured survivor. Unfortunately, did not so much go that way, and now we are chasing the other fresh hook here, Nazan.
Yeah, I'm not sure I agree with this play here, especially if I expect you know, a lot from Team Vikzz here in this when they switch over to Killer. So that being said, I mean, while this is an impressive result from Vikzz, they also have to perform well as Freddy in order to manage this survivor play as well as they are. They have to be able to put up a good result as Killer.
Vikzz is doing a really, you're not wrong. Vikzz is playing this really well. The fact that they were able to stealth out Daimao on that first tunnel out, like you saw, Kenshi came back. Kenshi made the right play and just lost track of the survivor. So it's not like Kenshi was, you know, playing pubs here trying to spread hooks. Kenshi went back for the tunnel out. It just didn't work out. Daimao went Ghost Protocol and got out of there. The 4th gen pops. This is looking pretty rough. This is looking like that's an adrenaline play.
I would think so, honestly.
Was that a mistake? This is a fresh hook. That must have been a mistake. I feel like that was a mistake. I feel like that looked like a tank hit, but there's no reason to tank a hit for a fresh survivor when you're a fresh survivor, right?
I would think so. Maybe there's a play to be made here. I'm thinking there must be a reason.
I think that was a miscomm. I think that was a miscomm. Sorry, I'm just like, if that had been like, you know, Daimao, then I would have seen why, or if that had been like a healthy survivor taking an adrenaline hit. But I think that was just miscommunicating where Freddy was coming from, and they kind of ran into each other on the stairs there, and Nazan went down. So that's really good for Kenshi, Metal. That's a really good situation.
Absolutely, and it's not like, you know, it's not like competitive teams can't make mistakes, right? It does happen. Mm-hmm. I mean, honestly, in my Swifts, this happens all the time too. Just misplays. It's like, oh, you know, I forgot to call that out. Sorry. You know, it happens. But that being said, this is the main season tournament. This is $20,000 on the line. The total pool, $20,000. I mean, like, you want to make as little mistakes as possible. You want to play as perfect as possible. And it's hard to really say that that's just something that can be achieved, you know, effortlessly. But at the same time,
really patient, but goes down. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to jump in there, but that was so patient. And then Karma ends up getting hit through the pallet anyway. This is going to be our 4th fresh hook. We've got some slugs on the ground here, so this is really good. Oh, I like this. We're gonna go hook back by these generators. I think we have water tower. Sorry, we have gallows and this one, and then over by water tower, I think are the 3 gens, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know,
So we do have a bit of a 3-gen. Okay, not bad.
Yeah, absolutely. And that being said, we do have Jiggy here in the back alley here, and Nazan is able to make some distance away. You know, I think
turning around.
Yeah, it is absolutely turning around. Yes, it's looking like it's in Vikz's favor again, which is good. I mean, they want to make sure to have like the best result possible, right? And she is doing a good job as well, trying to recover from that brutal first start of the game and how even like the midpoint of the game was really like rough for him. So you know, I think if we can 4K at 1 here, we're looking pretty good.
Oh, I mean, I'm not expecting a 4K at this point, but I'm not saying it can't happen. But I'm not expecting one. But the fact that we're putting up numbers here is really, really good. Like, this is good. Like, I know we saw some 4Ks earlier today, and I know Freddy's kind of one of those ones where we're still trying to figure out where. But surprising didn't erupt that pallet there. Never mind. I think they weren't asleep. That's why. Jiggy wasn't asleep. So. But yeah. Oh no! Oh, didn't quite get the angle. Jiggy's gonna go on second hook. I'm still trying to figure out what the expected result for Freddy is, but I think outs is still pretty reasonable to expect. But I mean, this was looking like a 6-hook game maybe at max, and now you're right. There's a possibility of a 4K here. You're absolutely right.
Which I mean, honestly,
I don't want to count Vikzz out yet, but there is a chance.
And you know, honestly, after seeing quite a few Freddy games with the new Freddy buffs, 4Ks are not all too uncommon. It's actually becoming a bit more average for him. While not like dead in the middle, expecting a 4K like every 2 games, it's looking a little bit more average for him, a little bit more. So you know, it's not
that we've changed balancing, right? Like Freddy used to be like survivors, you can't even bring items. I'm obviously being, I'm joking.
Yeah,
like,
no,
like,
it was
no perk Freddy and you'll still win. But now it's like, you know, now we're seeing exhaustion perks, you know, sprint burst, bounce landing, lithe, and stuff like that. So obviously we balanced around the fact that Freddy is significantly stronger than the last iteration of.
Yeah, because like he used to not even like really have a power. Like now he does, which is nice. But like he was literally just M1 and place, you know, sort of slow down puddles. That's about it. And you could walk around them.
Worst clown, right? Worst clown.
Very worst clown, yeah.
They got the gen done. Yeah, see, I'm not surprised they got the gen done. Really good job by Vikzz. Like, I didn't think that we were going to get enough pressure with 4 survivors on the board. Again, if we got that tunnel out earlier, maybe. I didn't think we'd have enough time to get, like, you know, a 4 slug going on with Freddy. But really, really great comeback by Kenshi. Survivors managed to get the gen done. It ain't over yet. We got some more hooks on the board here. Karma is worth 2. This is a good chase. This is a really good chase to take.
And the lithe coming in too, despite the slowdown. Really nice to see that. That was very impactful for making it around. The moment I saw him start to go around the building again, I was like, "What are you doing?" And then I realized he had lithe, and I was like, "Okay, that's a good play, actually."
Shaq's pretty dangerous right now, though. Like with the snares and the pallet, and like with the fake pallet and the snares and the door knocked out, like. Normally Shaq is pretty okay even with the pallet gone, but yeah, no, I mean Kenshi kind of tore it apart and rebuilt it in his image, and I don't know if I'd want to go there against the Freddy. So
yeah, he had some really interesting interior design there. Yeah. So
oh, I don't like this.
Oh no!
He gets Karma up though. Okay, so
he does.
Daimao gets Karma up, but I don't think that. I don't know. This is scary. Like, if you can get both of these, this is a huge result.
This is a very good result for Kenshi.
Left, right? Jiggy left, so they weren't even able to heal up and take hits. So at this point, you got Daimao on the ground. Nazan might come in and go for the pickup, but I think you got to go back to your slug. Go back to your slug, I think.
I think so, yeah.
Maybe.
Oh my goodness!
Okay, so now now it's the other way. Daimao is up. Karma's in chase here. Again, 2-hook Karma here. But Nazan and Daimao are going to be able to get out, and Hatch is going to spawn soon.
Interesting play here from Kenshi. Swinging down to, you know, get him going pretty quick. Oh, I think that is lithe. Is that lithe?
No, well, no, I don't know if he had enough time to rebuild it. To, like, for the cooldown.
We know what you mean, Andrew. It's all good.
Rebuild your lithe. Rebuild it.
Rebuild the lithe. Hurry, rebuild the lithe.
This is gonna be so close. They're gonna get out. They're gonna get out. This is crazy.
He's out. Yeah. That's a 4 out on Freddy.
greeting for more ending up with less. I hate when that happens. Kenji didn't bite, like Kenji didn't take the bait, but also like looked out and was like, where's the Renato? What happened? So anyways.
Where Renato at?
Where Renato at? Jiggy listened to me, by the way, Metal. We have Sloppy Butcher here. So Sloppy Butcher instead of crowd control, but no window blocking again. So we got main building very safe.
Yeah, it's interesting to see a break from the mold here, reinventing the wheel, if you will. Yeah, no, it's really interesting to see that we're not having any hex perks at all in this. A very classic Freddy approach, I would say. Very, very classic as opposed to the hex meta that we're currently, you know, kind of in. But yes, we are finding our first chase here onto Lux at the water tower. Oh,
What was Jiggy? Well done. I love it.
My goodness, Jiggy already showing off here in this first chase, pretending to break the pallet like 4 times in a row. Just like, man, he is absolutely already going for some spice in this match.
So this is really interesting. The survivors are like, look, we had an early hit. We need to get some gen progress done before this goes down. Let's tank a hit. But Jiggy brought Sloppy, which makes that so much more punishing, right? So now we can spread some damage around, and it's gonna affect the survivors a lot more with Sloppy Butcher. So like already we're seeing like different counterplay and the counter to the counterplay. So this is starting out really spicy. I like it. Let's go.
I do like that a lot. I mean, you know, Sloppy Butcher is such a good perk to bring in to force those resets to really take a lot longer than they should. Nicely done with this pallet here. He played that very well, expecting, you know, just winning the 50. I don't need to go into depth with how, you know, Jiggy played it. You just watched it. He won the 50. Very nice to see. Very patient. Yes, Andrew. Great job. You explained that much better than I would have because I just gave up and said he won the 50.
No, you did great. I just was like, the thing that got me, I was like, that was so patient. I was like, it was like, shoot the thing, look at the aura, see what's going on. No, I'm not going to throw it yet. Okay, I'm going to fake again. Okay, there you throw the pallet. Now I'm going to come get you. Just like Jiggy. Patience gets you so far in this game. Sorry, I didn't mean to jump in there. I apologize.
No, by all means. I mean, like, I really appreciate how you know, absolutely said that because I didn't say it very well, in my opinion. But no, but yeah, we do have our first hook on Deluxe, and you know, the Sloppy Butcher making it harder to heal the tunnel out, making it easier to tunnel out the tunnel out, and that makes the tunnel out a pretty easy tunnel out, if you ask me. So very nice to see that. We already find Lux here into the back of the map here, and he falls.
My God! What? I love Jiggy. I love Jiggy. I absolutely love Jiggy. I'm sorry, Jiggy plays like. Again, for anybody who's ever like heard me talk about comp or my teams in comp, like obviously lower level, whatever, I always scream at my team, just throw the pallet. I'm not saying that Lux did something wrong there because I love swinging like a psycho through pallets like that. Jiggy is a killer after my own heart here. Swinging like a psycho through the pallets. You want to stun me? Whatever, I'm gonna hit you anyway. I love it. Let's keep going, Jiggy. Let's go.
It's a 2-for-1 deal. You get the down and you get the pallet out of the way. So now, like, things looking a lot better for Jiggy here. The tunnel out's being progressed so much faster in this match than it was last match. And, you know, we got to talk about this, right? The down did come in a little bit slower than the first match, coming in at 1 minute and 47 seconds. But the previous match, it was 1 minute 26. But the tunnel out is being progressed much faster. So, honestly, things are looking in Jiggy's favor here. Let me talk a little bit slower so I have more control over my speech here.
There's too much hype.
I'm forgetting how to speak English here, even though it's the only rule in DBDLeague's Twitch chat.
Failing at the one language I know. Oh no.
Shout out to Banshee for keeping the mod team, going. And
oh my God,
it's on hook.
Okay, so this is what we were talking about, right? Like, this is exactly it. They got 2 gens for 3 hook stakes and a death. This is Jiggy's game. Jiggy is in a commanding position here. The survivors need to play perfect, and not just perfect, like lucky, like win 50s, not go down. If we get a down anytime soon, this is going to be all she wrote for Team Seraph on this first match. You can swing over this, by the way.
You can. But Zappis, to be fair, is kind of a little bit far away from the, oh, he almost pulls it off again! Jiggy is such a madman on killer, I swear to God. He doesn't do it again, but man, I'm expecting him to get a hit doing that. Oh, he almost did it! He tried it, Andrew, he heard you!
Goes for it, goes for it.
I respect that so much.
I love Jiggy. I love new favorite killer. Let's go. I love this.
What a madman. I love that so much. He's going for all the crazy things here that you wouldn't really see too often. But man, I love Jiggy. He's doing something. Oh!
Zappis, in defense, that's a terrible pallet they were playing around. Zappis won it for the most part. Took a hit getting out of there, but wasted a lot of time and has been winning this one. They'll go down now, but that was that chase was what was needed. Third generator pops, and we're gonna have a little bit. This will probably be a pain res. No!
Oh, he gets the
Jaw runs in, and Kenshi's almost done another generator. This is exactly what Seraph needs. This ain't over, folks. Oh my goodness.
Oh my God, and he calls the exact generator that Kenshi was working on. Very nice game sense there. Very wonderful to see that.
Juicer, man.
Oh yeah, and Jaw getting that flashlight save was pivotal for the progression of this match in Seraph's favor there. Wow, what a play there.
What Zappis did there too, by the way, was just phenomenal, because Zappis used literally like 2 sides of the street in a very confined area, which gave Kenshi, and Jaw was probably working on a generator for some of that as well before coming in for the save, gave Kenshi, like, it's not only winning and doing well in a chase, it's also keeping the killer busy in a very secluded, like in a very small area, rather than running from pallet to pallet to pallet and potentially leading them to the active generators. Like, fantastic. Maximum time waste with minimum resources and distance required. So Zappis, well done. I can't just sit here and glaze Jiggy all day. I gotta give Survivor some due here as well.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he was playing those 50s very, very well. We got to give some credit to Zappis there, and Jaw also for being set up perfectly for that flashlight save. Like the survivors of both teams are absolutely no joke, and we're seeing that Jiggy on killer is also no joke. I mean, you know, these are 2 very well matched teams here, so I'm really happy about that. That's the main thing I wanted to see today. Is 2 teams that are just very balanced.
Sorry, I was saying.
I know what you're saying. All right.
I was like, is this balanced landing? Is this balanced landing? And you're like, yes, the teams are very balanced. I'm like, yes, that's exactly what I meant. Absolutely, that's 100%.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, hook number 4, fresh hook number 2. Again, fresh hooks don't matter, guys, because because Kenshi was able to get all 4 fresh hooks. We just need 7 hooks any which way. So that's going to be pain res number 2, fresh hook number 2. Second survivor on hook here, and we saw Kenshi cranking away at one of the generators. I think it was this one right here, kind of trying to scare them off, scare them away from the generator. Looks like Zappis is probably going to crank Gallows here, while Kenshi hangs out and tries not to get spotted to go for the unhook when, because if you sit here and camp this, Zappis will get that gen done, and that's not enough to win it. So Jiggy's going to have to feel the pressure. Yep, to get out of there, and then hopefully catch Kenshi on the cross. If you can catch Kenshi going for the save, Jiggy's going to be in really good control here. But if they manage to stealth out, advantage survivors. So,
absolutely, and you know, with Zappis out in the background cranking that gen on the Gallows, I mean, that's got to be a little bit unsettling in the back of Jiggy's mind here, because he's like, okay, I know that they're working gens here. I need to make sure to get them off of these gens, because if they finish them and I'm not able to really... Oh, and he does teleport this time. Nice to see that.
Waited till Jaw went to second, though.
Exactly. He waited until Jaw went to second. And he calls out Kenshi coming for the save, the unhook. Really nice to see that. Delaying some time for the survivors, making sure they don't just get... Oh, the pallet explosion! He got it!
That's really bad. There's nothing back here. Zappis is dead. Zappis is dead, and Zappis is enough now. Zappis will be enough. Okay, a little short swing there, we're fine. Zappis is enough if we can camp. Obviously, the survivors can pretty easily, quote-unquote easily, save, double save if they manage to get the gen done. So I don't think we're going to be able to camp this out all the way, but we're going to get another pain res. We're going to delay the generators, and there's not a lot of progress done. This is running away from the survivors. The survivors are getting in a bit of trouble. If Jaw gets found and hooked, they're dead, and it's basically game over.
Oh,
like
this
that.
is this is tough.
bad.
Yeah, Jaw being found out here, not a great thing to really, you know.
That wasn't
let
the
happen.
best hiding spot. You know what I mean? Like, very short wall, and we're gonna take a tag here. Jaw's one hit from death now.
Man, yeah, no, if I'm gonna pick a hiding spot, I'm not gonna pick like the smallest, you know, loop of objects on the map. I'm gonna pick like the biggest hiding spot, because you want to make sure, like, you know, you're well hidden. But that being said, I mean, Jaw
right
is
there. Like, you could have been in Shack, right? Sorry, go ahead. But you could have been in
absolutely.
Shack. I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Unfortunately for Jaw, that is the
That's
death.
gonna be that.
And Mathis is still on hook. It doesn't matter if Kenshi finishes this gen or not. With 2 survivors on hook, one of them now dying.
And that's 7
I mean,
hooks. That's it. Yep.
Yeah, that's the win
That's the
for.
win condition. Yep.
Yeah.
Good, great game. Listen, that game was back and forth. The fact that, again, what did we say coming in, right? If they can find the tunnel out, you will win this game. I wonder even if Jiggy coming into this was like, look, I'm hooking in the same spot. I am not gonna let them get out of this back corner. I'm gonna find them. Managed to get them. Managed to get rid of all the resources back there, so Lux couldn't really get out of the corner there. And then managed to get the second hook. You know, you talked about it at the beginning. You said about 20 seconds longer for the first down in this match, but the second down came in way faster, and it was a tunnel out, and it just ended up mattering. That was the difference maker in this game. That was the turning point. So that was OutcastAndrew's turning point of the match. Was finding the tunnel out. I'm gonna make that a thing. That's a new thing, guys. That's a new thing. Kenshi's resigning to defeat. We are gonna get a W here for Team VKZ. Great match, though. Man, was that a good match?
Jiggy. Heavily respect him for not mooring, by the way. I'm not a big fan of Freddy's mooring. No!
I was about
don't
to
do
lose.
it! No, don't do it! Oh, come on now!
No,
What is this bozo doing?
Also, OutcastAndrew rule: if you don't mori when you can, you're banned from the league. Keep in mind, OutcastAndrew has zero control over who gets banned.
Come on now, Freddy has like the worst mooring.
On a very big map, where you want to see them, and yeah, we're wasting no time getting down towards Shack side to try and find our first chase.
A couple things to point out here too. When you mentioned the win condition being at 4K1, that would be a very strong result, because that means that, say for instance, this team here gets 4K2. That actually makes the opponent's job a little bit easier, because now they can just kind of sit on 4 gens and win. It doesn't matter. They don't have to really plan out what gens need to get finished. They just need to do 4 gens. So if a 4K2 happens here, GG. You know what I mean? And especially on this map too.
Totally makes a good sense. Like, you don't have to worry about cracking a really tight 3-gen if you only got to do 4 of them, right?
Exactly. And especially on this map too, which is notorious for having a 3 or 4 gen. And like you said, agitation, it's really, really good on this map specifically because of the fact that Suffocation Pit regularly... I know, we're going extremely far. Suffocation Pit regularly has a 3 or 4 gen spawn on either the top or bottom side. I actually almost didn't think that he would make that hook, but he just barely did.
I was thinking one hit tank and he wouldn't have made it. So speaking about generators, when we're talking about Suffocation Pit, we get some interesting spawns sometimes. As you can see, we have a very strong 4-gen up by the main building side here. We have a 4-3 split with no middle gens. We have 4 gens up one end, 3 gens down by Shack side. That makes a really, really good situation for our killer. And wow, that game sense by FaZe didn't even stop to look, just figured I know exactly where the survivor is and managed to get the hit on Lux. Does not swing over the fence, literally dashes over top of Lux's head and then pops that on there. We do get the unhook on, was it Kenshi went down, right? Kenshi went down. Kenshi gets unhooked and for the people, but we've got a deep hook in the 4-gen, and FaZe is in a really strong position.
Yeah, FaZe came swinging into this match. And you know that down? Oh! Jesus Christ! If that hit, I would have celebrated this man for years. That was such a wicked flick right there. And also that down onto Lux, he basically kicked him right in the head. That wasn't a lethal rush hit. That was a flying kick right in the head. And my God.
The karate kick Blight. Oh, good try though. Good try though. So I do appreciate the fact here. So FaZe's goal right now is keep that. Oh, lied. Okay. Not over yet.
This is the
FaZe's
DS user,
goal-
by the way.
Yes, FaZe's goal is to get the heck out of topside, get away from the main generator, because while they're there, they'll be able to start. While the chase and the hooks are happening at the top side of the map by the main building, survivors are gonna be able to pop gens down by Shack. But we do need to get the hooks out of this end. So Lux was going for it. I don't know if FaZe is a genius here. He just assumes DS because. Was Lux the obsession at the beginning of the match? I know Jaw did the For the People to change the obsession, but sometimes that's a giveaway, but it's not 100%.
You know, I have no idea, but I'll let you know once the DBDLeague stream catches up.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I would refresh you.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention to that. I just know who the obsession is now, if that counts. You know, I can tell you that much, but I can't really tell you who it was earlier, unfortunately.
So FaZe lets Jaw get. Sorry, FaZe lets Lux get picked up, which I guess if you're avoiding DS, fine. Maybe the Lithe was the giveaway, actually. But you know what's crazy? I would have picked up and burned the DS. You'd already use the Lithe. Like, what you see survivors typically do is they'll... the DS character tends to have Lithe, right? So then what you do is you DS, you hit a vault, and you make distance. But... Lux used Live before DS came in.
The dead hard
Live? No,
so good.
Sorry, I'm sorry. That's Kenshi. My bad. I'm losing my mind.
It does have finesse though. It is a vaulting perk, just like Lithe is. But yeah, the dead hard, that was pretty phenomenal, honestly. But
oh my God,
what? FaZe, you can't let that happen, bro. You can't do it. You cannot do that. My goodness.
I don't know what happened there. Kenshi was either greeting or very worried about the DS or something, but ended up, we kind of like, we gave the survivors a lot of room to catch up here. This is our second hook on Kenshi. I don't know. I think since Lux lied, I think you pick up, let them DS, they make no distance, and you down them, and you hook them topside again. As a result, right now they've lost one of their topside gens. Almost another one. Can't quite get there. We're gonna pop goes the Weasel and Eruption on this back gen. But this is a much stronger position for the survivors to be in. We could have had with Agitation, we could have had another topside hook on Lux potentially. Instead, now we have a bottom side. We have a Shack side hook on Kenshi. Kenshi's gonna get unhooked for free. And yeah, we lost the top side. Really well done. Sorry, I don't need to be like dwelling on what happened there, but I'm just confused about the choices making. You know, like I don't know what. There may be a plan that I'm not privy to here. But.
Jaw is playing these 50s so very well against a Blight, which is not easy to do, honestly. Very well done by Jaw there. FaZe, I mean, he is absolutely a monster on the Blight. The dead hard comes out. He expects that to be a hit, but it doesn't come through. My
Count that
goodness.
as a win for missing. Like that miss was a win. Because if you hit that DS, you get more distance. And that was actually good for the killer.
Yeah, he did it on purpose, guys. I promise. Oh, tries to crouch tech on the stairs, doesn't come through. At least I imagine that's what he was going to do. He was going to try to crouch tech on the stairs.
Look at the gen progress. They're going to get the second gen. So we're going to be going into the 2v1, the 3v1 with a 2-2 split. We're going to have 2 down Shack side, 2 up the top side. So survivors are going to have to play very slow, very careful. Blight is still very deadly, but they've managed to do a really good job on the generators.
Yeah, I mean, they've split this very, very well, but against Blight, I mean, this isn't too difficult to play as Blight, I would say. But it's the best you can do as Survivor against him. So, that being said, I mean, you know, getting this tag over on main, by the way, I imagine that Zaphis and Jaw are both on gens right now, or maybe one of them might be rotating to come in for the save that should be happening somewhat soon.
That was a fantastic dash. I don't know if it was intentional, but it's like we kind of slid off both doors through the inside of the main building and managed to bump off something outside the building. So instead of giving a little bit more distance and having to readjust and maybe letting Lux loop a rock, we instantly tapped something. We bumped off something right next to them and were able to two bump them really quickly and get the hook in really fast. That was a fantastic rush. Well done by FaZe.
Sure, when FaZe does it, it's really cool, but when I do it, I'm banned from Olive Garden. But anyways, we get the tag over here on this gen. Pop goes the Weasel, gets applied. Eruption on the bottom side. And we're going back for our tunnel out here. Our second tunnel out, by the way, which is really good for FaZe.
Okay, so Lux is on the timer here, and the survivors either. I don't think the problem with Blight is you can't really tank hits because you tank a hit, and now you just put yourself in a place to get slugged, right? Like Blight's back into the chase so fast. The survivors really need to get a lot done for this title out. They need to get at least 1 gen done, probably 2. Good locker up. Good job, locker up. But do we make anything else? This is a TL wall. Good! Great heads up play by Lux there. Knew the fake was coming in and decided to do it. Okay, it goes down. Eruption goes off. Is Zaphis going to have enough time? We're going to be slugging here. I don't know what generator Jaw's on, but Zaphis, we know Zaphis is working down this end. That's really the one I would go for.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And also, I like this new meta of having the Deliverance user bring Sprint Burst instead of Overcome, because Overcome is almost like it's almost like the tell perk that this user has Deliverance. You know what I mean? So having Sprint Burst instead, it's a bit of a fake out, you know. And another generator comes through. We're at the 4K1 now, which is
it's wild you say that, by the way, because it used to be Sprint Burst, Unbreakable, Dilly, you know, like that used to be the meta, and then it became Overcome, and now it's like to trick them, you run the
original build, yeah.
Yeah, it's like I'm gonna trick them by playing the way we used to play, right? It's funny.
Yeah, it's the old switcheroo, you know. It's.
Yeah. I enjoy that. So we do see now we're in the 2v1, but there is a lot of progress on one of the gens down here. So John knows that. Oh my good. Sorry.
What on
Jaw. FaZe knows that we got to be chasing Jaw here. Zaphis is working on the other shack side generator.
Oh, okay. We're dropping
I
our
like that a
now.
lot. Because if you don't pick up, they heal to full. If you do pick up, they deli. And you're getting a ton of progress down on Zaphis' gen. I don't think it's going to be enough to get it done, but it's going to be enough. Yeah, we're gonna get pushed down here, and this is a free unhook.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the thing that sucks about this is that it doesn't benefit you either way. I think the best thing you can do is hook in this situation, even though you know this is the Deliverance player. But either way, it's not going to benefit you very much. Also, gotta call this out really quick. Sorry, it's the spectator bug on the Blight face camping the hook. He's not actually face camping, we promise. It's just a spectator bug that happens, and it's fixed now. So very good.
There you go. So Jaw instantly delis. We came down here looking for Zaphis. Zaphis did a really good job of stealthing. I would say stealth in the one of the worst places possible, which is the best place possible, because you would never expect someone to be Looney Tunesing the edge map tree, but it worked. You know what I mean? Like, it's not the best hiding spot, but because it's not the best hiding spot, you don't think to look there, because like who would hide there? Well, Zaphis would hide there, and 4D chess is FaZe, and FaZe does not manage to find them. Wait, what? Did we plot twist again?
No. No, he did, sorry. I was confused because Zaphis screamed in the background. Oh, it did! Oh my god! Jaw, what are you doing?
That's insane! I don't even know if they realized they did it! I bet they shouted at them for that. Because we gave aura reading, and now we know Zaphis is hiding edge map. Zaphis' Looney Tunes 4D, 5D chess doesn't work when you give them the killer aura reading, Jaw! Oh no!
Oh,
that almost worked.
Out.
Yeah.
So very close, but yet so far. Jaw does get up off the ground though, but man, that really screwed Zaphis over
was kind of
hard.
A mistake. Yeah.
Oh, what a flick there, but that doesn't land, unfortunately, for FaZe. That was really cool though. We gotta say, like, that looked really good. That was very cool, but it just didn't land.
Yeah. Zaphis is on borrowed time here, no pun intended, but yeah, Zaphis needed to have a really, really good chase, and unfortunately, you're against Blight. That was a really good chase, you know? That was a really good Blight chase.
It was a very good Blight chase. Yeah, anytime bot is good time bot, you know what I mean? If you're able to last as much time as you possibly can, while it does matter how much you last, anytime bot is time wasted for the killer. So that's really nice to see for that
was unbreakable, by the way. I just want to point out that was unbreakable. That wasn't Jaw over here, but I don't know if FaZe knows that. But Jaw did. Zaphis did have unbreakable. So here's the thing. I actually think What was that sound?
Oh,
she
no.
dropped, she dropped. No, that's game over.
That was a misplay, in my opinion.
Really, listen, Jaw had some good chases. I gotta call it out. I think that was actually a game change. I think that was, I don't like using the word throw, but that was maybe one of the throwiest things I've seen in high level play. I think it was absolutely just an accident. I think they just didn't think about the fact that Eruption was there. I think giving Eruption, exposing Zaphis' aura, I think that was I think they actually could have got the gen done. I think that they genuinely could have got the gen done, and plot twist sold them out. So no,
yeah, you know,
I think it was just a miscomm, or hey, they didn't think about it because who thinks about plot twist setting up Eruption? But yeah, anyways.
Don't worry, I do now since Savannah yelled at me once for doing exactly that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we were swiffing one time, and I was like, hey, I'm gonna go plot twist, and then 5 seconds later, she's like, hey, you set off my Eruption.
Yeah. It's not
like,
even
oh man, I was like, oh.
The damage is one thing, but the aura is the worst. That, like, it literally gave up Zaphis' position, and it led to the end of the match. So, would they have finished the generator? I don't know. Maybe, right? They were doing a really good job.
And Kenshi is on the Blight. I'm very curious to see what Kenshi can cook up, because FaZe did a pretty good job getting a 4K1, but now, ladies and gentlemen, a 4K2 is needed in order to take this win for the team here. So that being said, there's...
Sorry, I was gonna say, keep in mind, like, getting a tie is not the worst thing in the world either. Like forcing a tie, because like I said, like, this is supposed to be 4K1, they got 4K1. 4K2 would be fantastic, taking this win would be great, but a tie is definitely like a decent result as well. I want to point out the fact that gens this time are kind of crazy. I'm pretty sure we have a 3-gen topside with a very high, like, 3-gen here by main. Yeah, this is a great place for a down. Are we going to see a pallet save? They're coming! They don't make it! Okay.
Just barely missed it. Wow.
The middle gen, the quote-unquote middle gen, is very, very, very close to the edge of the main building side. So it's not as tight a 4-gen as we had last match, but it's still very defendable 4-gen. This gen here is the, I think, if I'm looking right, this gen we're looking at right here that Daimao is on, is the sort of middle, quote-unquote middle gen. You know what I mean?
And you know, that first down came in pretty quick, even for a Blight at 48 seconds. That's round about the fastest that we normally see in our fastest average. That being, like, you know, on Dracula, who roundabout gets 40, 50 second first downs on average.
Oh,
very nice tag.
It was so interesting. Like, that was last second bounce. Like that bounce off the third bounce there. You got the sound effect of hitting your, like, you know, of the injecting the Blight serum, because it basically thought that you weren't going to hit it, right? Now, here's the thing. Mystic live. Again, Mystic live. Is this going to be DS?
Sure is, Andrew. Great call there.
This is the thing, though. Now, you can't... That is exactly what should have happened last game. That's what I'm talking about. Sorry, I don't be shouting, but that's what I mean. If you live before you DS, you make no distance, you go down, and now you're back in it with your tunnel out. If we had seen this last game, if we get this hill hook, this is gonna be wild. If we see this again, like, that's crazy. Sorry, that was exactly what we should have seen. These guys are. It's like I'm scripting this, you guys. Sorry.
That was some serious DS value, by the way. He DS'd and didn't even make it to, like, the closest possible window. Oh my god, that flick was not nasty. That was a beautiful flick right there. Very nicely done. But yeah, that DS value was not really anything to talk about. He stunned the killer, ran as fast as he could to the next window, and got down immediately before he was able to finish vaulting it. My goodness, Blight is a force to be reckoned with here.
So surprised that happened both games. Both games, the DS. I would go back to hook right now. Yeah, the only person who can clean heal is Nazan. Yeah, and here they come. So we're not going to see a For the People play. Yeah, For the People play. Mystic has 10 seconds of life left. That's it. Less because we tagged the borrowed time. We don't have dashes up. Sorry, I totally lost my train of thought. There was something I was going to say. I don't remember. Doesn't matter. We're dead at 4 gens. We're dead at 4 gens. This is a 4K3. I'm calling it right now. This is a 4K3. I'm not putting down our survivors. This is fantastic strategy by Kenshi.
I think that is a very realistic expectation of this match here. I mean, Kenshi is extremely patient, but so very decisive in his decisions as Blight here with his flicks. It's so interesting to watch. And oh my god, his game sense is nuts. He just found Daimao.
Huge read. Missed the last bump, but like great read. Yeah, sorry, I was going back to what I was saying. Both survivors, both DS survivors, burned their live before their DS. Obviously, last game we did, it was the Renato. I think I can't remember who. It was Lux. Like Lux didn't end up getting DS off. Like it didn't end up happening because there was wasn't the tunnel out. Like burned the live before the DS. I feel like that is like, I don't know. Like again, I'm no pro, but like I have played some competitive scrims and stuff like that, and everyone that I talk to, and anyone that I know would say, no, DS hit a live and get all the way down to Shaxx in that example, right? But both teams did it, so I don't know if I'm missing something or there was a weird call, but I don't think live is the play there. I don't think you vault anything. I feel like you go down, you live, you get as much cross map distance as you possibly can. But both of them did it, so I can't even I'm not even faulting one team over the other, right? So
absolutely. And you know, I think we just found Daimao again. Oh goodness. You know, every single flick that he makes, I'm almost expecting something to land because he's just been playing this so well. Bleeds the pallet. I don't know if that's the right call there. It was very flashy, but I think you're dead now.
I was gonna say the only reason that Daimao made the pallet there, I think, is because of the placement of that hook that was there. Like there was a hook at the this hook to the right of us, right? I'm not gonna see it, but there's a hook like between the wall and the pallet, and Daimao flared around it, and Kenshi kind of ran to it, and it wound up letting them get to the pallet. I thought Daimao was gonna be dead, and yeah, in the end, Daimao doesn't throw the pallet and ends up dying. So.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, while I don't think it was the best decision. Oh no! We're getting the trade. Does he fall for the? Oh, and still tags the borrow time. Even though he was patient and tried to hit the saver here, it just didn't come through. My goodness.
That's gonna be.
Oh, you didn't even make it to the window again. Yeah.
I mean, Kenshi's like, look, if you want to take it, this is how I play pubs. Look, you want to take a hit? All right, cool. I'm gonna tunnel you. Let's go.
Yeah, and like, you know, this is a huge like turnaround from how the Freddy set went, because yeah, you can bully my Freddy, but when it comes to Blight, you guys are cooked. Because like this is some insane like top level Blight play right here. This is the kind of things that I'm expecting to see from like Osaka or like Zeno, or you know what I mean? Like this is some serious top level play on Blight, and I'm a big fan of it. I love seeing some good flicks on Blight. And
pure macro. Forget the micro. Kenshi is crushing it. Doing great dashes, great flicks. Forget that. Take all that out of it. Just way smarter macro play. We got the tunnel out. We picked up. We did. What happened this match? Kenshi this match did two things. One, did not make the mistake. Again, it wasn't really a mistake in the Freddy match, but lost the tunnel out, right? So one, didn't lose the tunnel out. Two, picked up the DS, said whatever, DS me, I don't care, and then got the hook and ended up doing the tunnel out. So both of those decisions has led Kenshi to, at best, the survivors are going to 4K shoot.
Oh my goodness.
I don't think they get another down. I think that we're going to kill Daimao. Unless there's a gen about to pop with Jiggy right now, that's going to be the end of Daimao. Nazan's going to get hooked. We're going to find Jiggy. And last spotted over here. And we found him. 4K3.
Oh, goodness gracious.
4K3, baby. I'm a prophet.
Yeah, you called it. You called it. This is definitely going to be a 4K3. I mean, I don't know. This is pretty genius thinking, I'd say, Andrew.
Not genius. It was a pretty... I think many people could have made the same call I did, but, I mean, it worked, right?
Wow, what a locker juke there. That was so good. Unfortunately, though, there's not really much to be gained from this on the Survivor side anymore, because this is... Oh, he played that so well.
Swing it at the wall.
What a 50 win there.
I think he's swinging at the wall there. I heard a hit.
Yeah, not much else you can really do there. If he slugs here, Unbreakable comes through. If he doesn't, Deliverance comes out, which is a huge, positive in that build there. But I mean, either way, what else can you really hope to gain out of this? It's not like another generator is going to pop out of this. Yeah, this is very phenomenal Blight play.
Yeah. And again, I get so crazy. Like again, anybody who's looking to get into comp, like you know, I'm gonna get canceled on Twitter for this. Tunnel. Always tunnel. Always tunnel. The only exception to that is if your tunnel is gonna be if by the time you get your first hook, they have 2 or 3 gens on a weak killer. Great read. If they manage to get, like, you know, you're playing a low tier killer and they manage to get 2 or 3 gens before your first hook, yes, now you're not going to 4K probably. You're going to spread your hooks around. You're going to get fresh hooks. You're going to get some points on the scoreboard. Fine, cool. Other than that, though, when possible, tunnel. You're not 4King in a competitive setting without tunneling. Kenshi knew the assignment, decided whatever, stab me in the back with that piece of glass. I don't care. DS me. Let's go. And now we're going to see a 4K3. Again, yeah, watch, they're gonna pop a generator just to spite me.
But even then, that's still the win. You know, 4K2 is still the win condition. So like, there's not really much you can do about this. It's kind of over, guys. But that being said, yeah, you're 100% right. Just tunnel, slug camp, everything you need to do in order to, you know, mercilessly win your games here. Because quite frankly, just eat the minus reps, guys. You know, there's no point in not doing that. Sorry, just soak them in. Let them come in. Just, you know, really embrace the minus reps. Let them happen. It's fine. Because at the end of the day, what does it matter if someone minus reps you? Oh no, someone thought I was a bad person for 2 seconds, and then like the next day it's over. They're gonna forget who you were, and you're gonna forget who they were too. So what's the point?
I accidentally kept I wasn't streaming, but I had my I have TTV in my name right now, and I got a DM on Twitch last night, and someone called me whack because I tunneled them.
Oh like, my goodness! Whack!
I'm like, yes, 90s slang, let's go.
What a fun one today. Let me go look at my profile.
Little insight into what a jerk I am on pub matches. That's a W. Welcome back, gamers. We are loaded in and we're ready to rock. We got Jaw on the Spirit for Team Seraph against the survivors of Team Vikzz. Listen, MetalBro, I am not going to talk smack about Dragon's Grip this week because the last 2 times I did, I completely ate my words. So, yes, top tier, S tier perk. You can't play without Dragon's Grip. It's the best perk ever. Yeah, I love that we were kind of yapping a little bit about Spirit and stuff like that, and now it's like, let's get into it. Let's go do it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's nasty hit through the pallet there. Unfortunately, smash hit value. Smash hit value, very nice. But yeah, like you said, Dragon's Grip is a very good. Oh, nice job on the 50-50 there. That could have been.
Look how close these generators are. Sorry, look how close they are.
Yeah, they are very close. Yeah, no, they're pretty nasty. Oh, yeah, this will be a nasty one to defend here if he's able to. Yeah, that's gonna be a nasty setup of gens here. But yeah, that 50 was played very well in the first pallet, and then the second pallet, you just kind of ate it up really fast. But like you said, Dragon's Grip, very strong perk on Spirit, especially because of her chase power. It's really strong. Pop, Eruption, Dragon's Grip, all being applied in one go here. And, you know, after it gets revealed, it's going to become a regression perk because the survivors are going to refuse to touch it unless the Spirit is completely occupied somewhere else.
These gens are so wild. You've got 2 up sort of by the dump truck on the left side of our screen there. We have this one really close to Shack. We have 2 very deep by the hook, and then the 1 isolated gen by the buses. Like, just so much. It's just like, this is wild. This is wild. Like the generator, it's like pockets of generators. Like, anyways, they're very weird gen spawns. I would say very weird gen spawns. They're all potential gen spawn locations, but wow. We're coming back to Camp Mystic here, which I like because if we get a trade, we'll get some eruption going off and maybe stop some of these gens from popping. Otherwise, we can potentially get second stage on the first hook here. 1 gen does pop,
and it comes through.
We get second stage.
Second stage does come through. Yeah, really important for Jaw here in securing a good win condition, getting that second stage you so dearly camped for to actually come through. Very nice. And that being said, we now have some more time to go check on our gens here. And wow, Nazan bravely finishes it right in Jaw's face. You know, quite the power move there. I'm not a huge fan of it though, because you don't want to be taking free tags but at the same time, like, you know, effort, you know, style points, they're there, I guess. You know, they're there.
I'm like literally thrown. I'm like, is that a good move or not? Okay.
Jesus, but not a jump scare. Holy crap!
They know.
That was right in Jaw's face.
Yeah, they know about Dragon's Grip now. We saw a bird fly off down this. Yep, there we go. We see. I think it's Jiggy going for the unhook here. Yeah, I don't know if I love or hate that move by. Yeah, you don't. No, oh no! I think if you don't swing there, they don't make it. It's fine,
Yeah.
but I think that if you don't swing there, if Mystic had died on hook there, you would have got another hook immediately. Oh, gets through the pallet, but manages to get the pallet down before the swing comes in. Wow.
Yeah, that was really impactful right there. Getting that stun, even though it was on the wrong side, you were able to get, you know, some value out of that stun. But I think, yeah, gonna be the down there onto Mystic. But you know, that's the death.
Nazan, taking that hit, worthwhile. I call it now. That was worthwhile. Nazan took the hit, ran down, did another generator. It didn't really affect anything. Getting the gen done, worth it. Worth it. I call it.
You know, but you know, yeah, and with them being the overcome user, it makes a lot more sense now, right? Oh, what a dominant little pallet drop fake there coming in from Jiggy. That actually convinced me that he was going to drop the pallet, and Jaw swinging through it was so magical. I have no other words for it. That was just quite wonderful.
That was lovely.
It was so sweet.
That was interesting. We heard Jiggy double back, and Jaw wanted nothing to do with it. Jaw was like, nope, I'm trying to hold these 4 gens. I respect it. I respect it. Pop Goes the Weasel was running out, so maybe that's what they thought. Like, that pop came in like 1 second before it was gone. So that might have been what that was. Interesting. Shack pallet's gone, so there's not a lot to work with here.
Nicely done short phase there by Jaw. Really making Daimao think that he was going to kind of double around the backside of Shack, but that didn't happen. He actually short phased and was able to kind of catch Daimao out of position there. But yeah, no, so far this is being played very well by Jaw. The only problem is just keeping these gens up is going to be the main problem for him going forward. But he does find Jiggy, which is really important to find. So that being said, taking edge map away from all the active generators, Eruption does come through, but you know, taking them as far away as possible is very important.
Everybody's injured, or well, okay, sorry, I lied. Like, they just healed, but everybody was injured, right? In fact, I kind of don't like that play by Jiggy. I'll explain why in a second here. Everybody was injured. Eruption was on all the generators, so John knew, okay, now I commit to a chase, I get the down, it's gonna regress all the generators. So typically you'll find when survivors are resetting, you want to not be on the generators. You want to kind of be like, I'm gonna stealth out, I'm gonna hang out, I'm gonna chill. When the heals come through, then we'll get back on the generators together. Jiggy was sticking that generator for a little while they were going to do that reset, and it wound up costing them. We get the heal in. I mean, it looks like we've recovered okay, so maybe, you know, maybe it's not the end of the world. But sticking that generator gave a free down that really wasn't needed. So hopefully they're able to recover from it, because it looks like they got the heals up. Nazan's still injured, but in general they're doing okay. Well,
it does find Nazan here.
maybe.
And the vault too. Oh, the window fake too. Oh man, not gonna happen. Jaw does call it out. He sniffs it. He's like, "Hey, I smell you right behind me, Nazan. You're not gonna catch me out this time. I'm no fool, buddy." So he smacks him down, and now he's gonna get hooked. So very well done by Jaw so far. Very well played, I'd say.
I think we were picking our hook. Which hook did we take? Did we take the deep? We did. We took that deep hook back by the corner, like the original hook that we saw Mystic on. So that is very deep in the 4-gen. There's a little bit of room to work on either the Shack gen or this dump truck gen. There's a little bit of room, but there's not a lot. Daimao is going to vault there and get live activated. So we're just going to head back, try and catch out Jiggy for this for the cross to get the unhook. And there's the unhook.
Looks like that already happened though. He was already rotating for the save before Jaw even realized it. I'm guessing that Jaw's jaw is certainly dropped right now. But that being said, the down does come in. A very nice down onto Nazan. This is really looking like it's in Jaw's favor at the moment. He's performing quite well on Spirit.
So this bottom side open, the area where the hook is right now, that whole area there has a lot of really good pallets still available. Unfortunately, well, I mean, fortunately for Jaw, unfortunately for Nazan, really heads up play there. I think we're gonna hold out and wait for eruption on this generator. Maybe try and get a tag on Daimao while we're at it. Nazan is unhooked and they get the quick heal in. That looked like it was a probably will make it, maybe, possibly. Daimao takes a tag. We're gonna get Pop Goes the Weasel on this one. We got some urban evasion going on. I love that.
Yeah, we do love our urban evasion usage. Got to crouch
we'll
as much as possible because, guys, if you walk, you're easier to see. So, but that urban evasion is a very good perk. Honestly, it has its uses. You do crouch walk at the same speed as a normal walking survivor would, so it does help you stealth out very well. And I honestly think that urban evasion is actually to blame for a lot of these very good stealthing maneuvers that these survivors make, honestly.
Well, you're quieter too, right? Like even your breathing is quieter when you're crouched. So on a killer like Spirit, who so much depends on hearing where the survivors are when they're walking, when they're invisible to you, definitely every little bit counts, particularly when obviously Jaw is only winning because they have the best headset. That's the only reason why. But Daimao heal comes in. Looks like Nazan and Daimao were healing up over far away from the generators, and Jiggy is stealthed up by this 2-gen. Okay, so positive for the survivors. They're in a rough spot here with the 4-gen, but we've had a lot of kicks. We've had a lot of eruptions go off. Every eruption is 2 of the 8 regression states. You can only kick a gen 4 times with eruption before you run out of kicks. So we should start getting there maybe if the survivors are able to successfully put some progress on without taking downs and maybe forcing some extra kicks. They might get to the point where we're starting to see permanent gen progress. And by permanent, I mean you can't kick it anymore.
Exactly, and that would be like the best hope here for our survivors here, right? Because being able to work on the generators with the only real interruption being the killer coming to the gen would be very nice to see. Not having to stop regression anymore would be really impactful for getting generators done. But at the same time, another big plus for the survivors here is that we're all healthy, right? And that's a big one too. Now we're harder to find, we're harder to down. Like there's a lot of positives in being healthy rather than injured. So nice to see our survivors here are actually doing that quite well. And we do see Daimao take a tag over here by this filler pallet. And now Jaw is going to head back and try to find... Oh! Again! But this time it's not Jaw. Daimao does it this time. Instead of Jaw doing it last time, the eruption goes off because of our plot twist. What a goober. Oh my goodness.
I wonder if they called it out, though. I wonder if the survivors said... No, they didn't. There's an aura on this one. There's an aura on this gen. They barely missed it. On the gen to the right here. No. Jaw, that one, right there. There's a survivor here. Am I crazy?
I guess they called it out. I didn't see any auras, to be fair.
I'm losing my mind. There's no progress on it. There's nothing. Anyways, maybe they called it out, and yeah, I mean, I was gonna say before the plot twist kind of was the plot twist was literally the plot twist. The survivors are playing this really slowly, which is exactly what you need to do. Spirit is a slow killer, except for when in power. So patrolling these generators back and forth is gonna be 4.4 instead of 4.6. My God, is Jiggy just like Ghost Protocol, cannot be spotted anywhere there. My God.
By the way, Andrew, something we didn't mention is that because Seraph took the Blight set, we are now confirmed to see all 5 matchups this weekend have reached the tiebreaker. That is insane. All 5 matchups have hit the tiebreaker now. That is quite the thing for DBDLeague, especially on the returning weekend after a week-long break. What an insane thing to see for a single weekend.
Yeah, and I mean we're in the second half of the season now. This is week 6 of 9, I believe. So before we get to the actual tournament section of the season, so it's really interesting. I mean, kind of don't want to take away from the action here. My goodness. Okay, these survivors are playing phenomenally. Forget what I was saying. No, I was gonna say it's interesting to see the split on the scoreboard, but there's still a lot of opportunity for teams to move around a little bit, both in the top and then the bottom end of this. These survivors are playing this so well, Metal.
Oh my goodness. He thought someone was there. Usually his game sense is really good.
Jiggy's here. Jiggy's right here. Wait,
he just wasn't where Jaw thought he was.
There he is.
There he is.
I was gonna say, when he swung, you saw him on the rock, but... And Jiggy has saved this God pallet and just won't throw it. They're gonna get gens done. I don't know if they get them both done.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, they are gonna get
them
gens
both done. But they'll definitely get one done.
This is looking rough for Jaw. He can't really afford to kick this too many more times. It's going to run out of kicks. It's getting very close. Yeah. That might be. I think maybe seeing this last eruption might be the very last one, but after that, there's just been too many kicks.
Oh my god, it didn't hit!
What? What was that?
She like Ninja Turtled it, you know, when they put their heads in their shells? I don't know, I'm making up new terms.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what Nazon did. A new survivor perk is unlocked. It's called Turtle Mode.
Turtle power.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, we got 2 tags. Here's the thing, though. Jiggy's still cranking that far gen. This gen here has probably no more kicks left. We need a down now, right now. There it is.
Yeah.
All right.
And the down finally comes in, and
but
if you'll notice, Andrew. If you'll notice, the eruption did not go off in the shack generator, meaning that it is out of kicks.
It is out.
You cannot
that is
kick
permanent
that anymore.
Yeah. Okay, but it is regressing, right? Like, it is regressing, which means that until they tap it, it will regress. But as soon as it stops regressing, it's permanent. You'll never get more. Great heads-up play here by Nazan. My goodness.
Yeah, and there goes our Teenage Mutant Saga Turtle again, just going for the crouch with the urban evasion here. Very nice to see that. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Nazon's playing this really well. And the pickup comes out onto Daimal as well, by the way. Very nice to see that. Yeah, it is. He called the fake. He called the fake. Oh man, this is starting to turn around here, I'd say. Jaw is not really as in control as he was. My goodness! What?
Instant vault. Instant vault by
Nazan is untouchable right now. Yeah. Goodness gracious.
Really well played, really good heads up. Great ears to see where the phasing's coming from.
My goodness, this is
down. Okay, looks like they're really trying to force this shack gen, and then once that's done, then start working. Like, before they were kind of like playing progress, but I don't know whether they're aware or not, but like whether that it's out of kicks, but they must be kind of aware that it's running out of kicks. But if they still haven't got that middle gen done, and now we're in trouble. Timeout is up. They're gonna get that gen done. We're gonna get a down on Jiggy, but we can't hook this. Not if we want to try and hold this 4K2.
Yeah, and the important thing here is that we're looking at a 4K2 right now. If things go as well as they have been for Jaw, right? And honestly, quite frankly, Spirit is not one of the killers that 4Ks regularly, especially with multiple gens remaining. She's the weakest of the S tier, honestly, in terms of the balancing and how things go for her in her typical matches in competitive DBD. But honestly, seeing the fact that we are stalling the game so heavily at a... Oh my god, the Unbreakable!
Unbreakable in his face with Rippers. We saw more blood. Doesn't get that hit. We saw blood going the other way on that.
God.
Somebody's by the hill there. We saw blood going that way. It was not Jaws. Okay, we're just gonna pick up. It was Nazan. Nazan's crouching out, and we're on the far gen. This is so interesting. I actually love this. I think the survivors might be aware, or at least have a heavy suspicion that they can't kick Shack Gen anymore. Shack Gen is finishable whenever they want, basically, at this point. But Jaw sniffs out the progress. Maybe it was we didn't erupt this one, right?
No, we did not. At least we didn't recently.
This was just game sense. Shack Gen is just about done. And oh my god, the panic with Daimao, the panic double vault, and that's gonna be a down on Daimao. We're gonna kick this generator to pop. They're probably gonna get Shack Gen done. Do we take the hook here? We do. They're resetting. Okay.
And honestly, I like this. This is a good idea. I think it's very important.
This is wild.
Yeah, okay. I do like this decision making from Vikzz here, making sure to reset here when you're in such a standstill of a position here where no gens are getting completed. I think that if this was a pub match, you could abandon right now as killer, because it's been so long without any gens popping. My God, what a read from Jaw. That
popping or is it gen progress? I don't know how that works.
After 10 minutes of no generators popping, that is
really.
Yeah, you can abandon as killer after that, which effectively all survivors technically die, but it's more so like a forfeit, essentially.
Right. Oh my God! Just a quarter second off of that hit through the window. You gotta leave this. I'm sorry. You gotta leave this, Jaw. You can't stay. I think Jiggy's dead on hook, right? But you can't stay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta go. You gotta go.
You can't waste time here anymore.
There's somebody in Shack. There's somebody in Shack. I think. Or is Shack just 99 by itself? No. Yeah.
Shack is essentially 99. No more kicks are possible.
was in Shack. Yeah.
And now they're trying to progress other generators around the map because Shack is virtually untouchable by the killer. They are no longer allowed to damage the Shack generator anymore. So now they're trying to waste as much time as possible by progressing other generators in the process. That
no
way,
one's over
Shack
here, by the way.
is the last gen that gets popped because it is unable to be kicked. That is some very strong heads-up play right there.
Nobody's over here. Jaw just lost all progress, all pressure. They managed to get a double heal in. Daimao is stealthed out. They pop that gen. Now we're down to one more gen left. We're running out of kicks on that other gen down there as well. Daimao, I think, is probably going to stealth out and get healed. These survivors have played this so slowly. Double back by Saga. I mean, my God, Dazan. Quit bullying the poor killer. Good Lord. You're in their head. You're in Jaw's head.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and Shack was not the last gen to get completed, but like they played that very well, right? They managed to stay alive as long as possible in order to make that generator be unable to be kicked anymore. Oh my God, Daimao's playing that so well. There is not much you can do here. You need to go back. You need to pressure the generator because the survivors of Vikzz will get it done if you do not go pressure it. That being said, Nazan is here at this generator, ready to work on it if Jaw gives him room to. And the moment that Jaw is occupied elsewhere, other generators will be progressed. That's just a fact. Vikzz is playing this so very well right now.
So and Jaw knows Jiggy's at this generator. This is where Jiggy is. Oh wait, the scratch marks.
100%. And look at that.
Where was Jiggy coming over here? Jiggy wasn't here at the time, or were those Daimaos coming over for a heal? Unclear. Okay,
not
Saga's
entirely too sure exactly.
There's
but
so much going on. My God, what is happening?
Yeah, no kidding. That's like the understatement of the year right here. This is so incredibly tense, high stakes right now. I mean, Jaw has to make sure downs are coming in, but he can't do it at the expense of the generators popping. That being said, Eruption does go off on those two gens in the back there, and I mean that's good. But like, there's so much going on here.
Jaw, I think, has time to hook right now, but is scared because we don't know what gen is being progressed.
And rightfully so, right?
Yeah, oh, for sure. 100% accurate, yeah. Had time to get done. This is Nazan injured. This is bad for the survivors. This is bad for the survivors. We don't have any resources over here. You can down and hook this over here. Nazan is just like, there's nothing to loop, and Nazan is still wasting time. Like,
I know.
There's nothing here.
Did you see how fast Daimao got picked up in the background, by the way? Mm-hmm. That was nuts. He was up instantly.
I would have hooked here.
That tells you two things, though. That tells you that Jiggy was there. By the way, he was ready to pick up, and that there wasn't really any gens being progressed at the moment.
We gotta. I would have taken. Okay. Oh, this is one of those, like, you're trying to get this slug in, but again, Spirit isn't strong enough to just get the slug in. That's a sprint burst. Yeah, we know, Jiggy. We know. We've seen it before.
Oh,
Jiggy
man.
takes a hit, but Jiggy's probably gonna. But Jiggy's dead on hook. This is not what you want to see. I guess the play is come die in this corner and let Daimao get the. But yeah, okay. So yes, okay. This wound up working out, I guess, because Nazan still had hook states left, I believe, but Jiggy is going to be dead, I believe. Okay, so Jiggy's dead. Now we're down to the 2v1. It's manageable, but my God, again, if you guys are watching this and you're not that familiar with this, has been played like textbook by the survivors. They have played this so well. They may not come out on top. They might. Nazan got right back on that generator. They might not come out on top. This is deja vu as well. If we don't get back really quickly, I mean, we will get back, but this is close. If Jaw takes a detour.
Smart decision there from Daimao.
Daimao with the bait. That's gonna be it though. That's gonna be the end. The erupting going off, that's gonna be the end. Yeah. That was played textbook by the survivors. They were slow, meticulous. This hook's gone, isn't it? Yeah, this hook's gone.
No, he doesn't.
I'm like, this hook is gone.
Sucks for Jaw.
Jiggy took that to their grave, so it'll be okay. It'll be okay.
Oh yeah. I imagine he's gonna hook Daimao and then Mori, Nazan, and everything's gonna be okay.
Wild game. Yeah, I hope you guys, hope everybody enjoyed that. I love games like this. I love games where they, like, everybody understands the assignment. They are all taking their time, getting done what they need to do. They had a pretty tight 4-gen against a really strong, the hook respawn, a really tight 4-gen against a really strong killer, and they managed to pop one. They very nearly popped another. I want to see if this one's yellow. Did it turn yellow? It didn't turn yellow. That was the last kick. Eruption did not get applied to that. That was the last kick on that Gen 2. 4K1 for Jaw, but wow, that was a clinic on how to handle up. So I feel like getting a tie on Clown is a little bit less common, but we'll see.
We will definitely have to see here. I mean, I already have the expectations for who's going to play Clown for Team Seraph, but for Vikzz, my curiosity knows no bounds. But that being said, we do load into our final match of the Spirit set. We have FaZe coming in as Spirit here, already chasing down Sock My Socks, who doublebacks very well there, completely catches FaZe off guard, which, very interesting to see.
I think he walked towards the buses, and then when FaZe didn't see, ran toward the buses. I thought they doubled back too, but then I'm like, where'd they go? And the scratch marks ran off to the bus. It's a very interesting play. I don't know how they got away with it, but it worked.
He was just like suddenly so far away, like it was crazy,
Yeah. So interesting. I said I'm not going to talk smack about Dragon's Grip, and we got 0 Dragon's Grip value last game, but that's not actually true. Because the reality is, every time someone taps a generator, A, it scares them, right? They got to be ultra aware. They have to pre-leave more, and B, here we go. We're gonna get down because I'm talking smack about it again. But every time someone screams, someone's on a gen. It's information. It's an information perk along.
Goodness.
Best perk in the game! Dragon's Grip, best perk in the game! Alright, I'm done.
It really is such a good perk. I mean, like, it completely caught Sock My Socks off guard. And that being said, we're going to take him to a more opportune hook here, right next to Shaq.
Wow, that's a weird hook.
To protect as well as possible.
That hook's like facing the basement. It's very strange.
Yeah, you can, if you get a survivor in the basement, they can, play patty cake with each other, kind of.
For real, yeah. Down came in at 119. Pretty reasonable. I'm surprised that Sock My Socks got caught out by the Dragon's Grip as I was talking smack about the perk. Like, your killer played with it. Oh my goodness, there it is again.
Oh,
your
no,
killer...
not again!
Oh, sprint burst. But yeah, Jaw was rocking Dragon's Grip, and it's becoming more and more common, right? So you'd think that you would have a plan if you tap the generator that just got kicked. The gen's got kicked, and you know that it's probably Dragon's Grip. So you think you'd have a bit of a plan when nobody's in chase and nobody's calming. Oh, I'm across the map. You can touch it.
Absolutely. If FaZe was just slightly more patient, that could have been another down super early in the match, and that would have been devastating here for our survivors. That would have been very bad for Team Seraph. But that being said, not a super bad first down. The slightly over 1 minute time frame is pretty decently good for the Spirit. She is not the best in the S tier category, so anything under 1:30, I'd say is pretty good and on track for a good win condition. But that being said, we do see Sock My Socks hit second stage there. We do find out Mathis here.
Oh, no.
Very nice tag here. And one gen comes out.
Stuck on the pallet there. Like, it looked like they were trying to throw the pallet. And Zappis, this is falling apart here for Team Seraph. We get the unhook on Sock by Socks. We get the FTP that's going to give us a little bit more life. Wild swing there, trying to see what we can see when we get out of phase. We are chasing down Sock by Socks here. Good pre-throw on the pallet.
What are we doing here, though? That's my question.
I'm like holding my breath.
Yeah,
holding my breath. Too. Like, what's gonna happen? Yeah.
Part of me just wants to sit here and listen and watch, but also remember that we have a duty as casters to kind of yap. So I'm just like, oh yeah, we should probably talk about this, huh? That being said, we do get a tag on the Sock My Socks of that pallet, and you know, with Sock My Socks being on death hook right now, not a great position for Team Seraph to be in here. Oh,
swings
no.
through the pallet. Let's go, FaZe. Well done. That was pretty good chase there by Sock by Socks. Definitely better than the initial chase with the Dragon's Grip coming in clutch. But we're gonna see a death at 3 gens. We have a little bit of progress on the gens around the map. Shack gen is still up, which means that it ties into a lot of 3 gens. We did see the pickup and heal on Zappis, and Kenshi has now currently recovering from For the People play. So now, can the survivors of Seraph slow down and start progressing the way they did last time? Kenshi gets caught out on the heal here. Unfortunately, that means that med kit might be wasted too. Big stun though, well played by Kenshi. Gonna live a little while longer. Really well played.
Yeah, very well played. I mean, any stun you can actually get on a Spirit is very impressive, especially considering the fact you literally don't see her at all as a survivor. Oh, unfortunate for Kenshi. He eats the very tail end of that hit. Eruption goes off in the distance, and FaZe kind of just has this free time to just hook as he pleases. I mean, there's not a whole lot going out on the match right now.
I gotta say, there's not enough gen progress. That's the problem. There's not enough gen progress on the map right now for them to be in the 3v1 with someone on hook. Jaws got less than 50% on one generator. Also, these gens are really tight. Like, look at this. We got this hill by Shack. We have Shack gen. We've got this TL wall gen. It's not that far from the generator, kind of in the pocket over there. I think the only isolated gen right now might be down, sort of like down by the buses. That's the only gen that's got any distance away from these 4. So we're looking at another 4 gen situation here for Spirit. Question is, can the survivors play it as well as the survivors of VKZ did?
You know, and I gotta say, Deliverance coming out very unexpected, but super good to see. And also we see Ja taking the Dragon's Grip exposed here because he's running sprint burst, so he's kind of safe, honestly, if you ask me. But that being
real
said,
quick, that wasn't Deli. That was second wind. Yeah, I was gonna say because Kenshi's full health right now. I don't think we allow Deli on Spirit, and unfortunately, Dragon's Grip coming in again. All the value of Dragon's Grip, because I was talking smack about it, Rob, of course, right?
Yeah, I know there's quite a bit of Dragon's Grip value coming out onto the board here. But, you know, I gotta say, I feel really, really bad for Jaw, honestly, because he fought so incredibly hard to get a good 4K1 win condition. Super solid tag, by the way. He fought so incredibly hard, and now we're just kind of seeing an even more dominant position by FaZe at the moment, which is just like, man, it almost feels like a slap in the face for Jaw at this moment.
Well, it's all Dragon's Grip. Like, Dragon's Grip started the match, Dragon's Grip got us
literally
down.
all Dragon's Grip.
It's literally all Dragon's Grip. I can never talk again.
Dragon's Grip.
Okay, listen, when we started this match, like the match we're in here, FaZe's match, I was saying it a little bit tongue-in-cheek, because I was trying to say, like, listen, even though we don't get any downs from Dragon's Grip, we still get information, you still got the fear like that, like, you know, hey, I know someone's on this generator now. That still happens. And then 4 seconds later, they're like, you want to see downs? I'll show you downs, and it literally puts FaZe way ahead in this match, and that it literally has been all Dragon's Grip.
Yeah, no kidding. That's incredibly true. We've seen at least like 3 different uses of Dragon's Grip, kind of really delaying the match here. The first one coming out as a down, the second one, you know, just kind of delaying some progress, and then third one being another down. Oh my God.
That's another one right there. That's another one.
Another one, yeah.
You again. Good God.
That was full health, and he just went down. That is super unfortunate for our survivors of Team Seraph here.
The worst was Socks going down right at the very beginning. Like Socks went down to Dragon's Grip really, really fast. Unfortunately, like just a double back on one rock pallet, and you're down, and now you're getting camped out, and now you're dead, and that ended the match basically right there. You know, not ended, it's not over, but like it's the position we're in right now was Dragon's Grip, and the continued pressure is Dragon's Grip. It's wild. It's wild.
Yeah, no, it's pressuring this match so incredibly hard right now, and I mean, this is just this is not only showcasing how strong Dragon's Grip can be when used to this level, but also it's a big showcase of FaZe as well, because he's able to play this so well. And also, I really like the fact that a player named FaZe is playing the killer who praises. So really cool to see that. Yeah,
I thought the same thing earlier. I love that. Yeah, it is. I gotta say, like let's. I'm not gonna put it all on the perk. Like last time, Jaw. Yeah, last time Jaw was getting Dragon's Grip fear and Dragon's Grip info, but wasn't getting the downs. FaZe is just absolutely capitalized. Every time someone taps one of the Dragon Grip gens, FaZe is like, I'm gonna go win a chase. I'm gonna go win a chase. I'll be right back. Like it's been
I know, right?
Really, really well played. Yeah.
And the gen doesn't get completed in the meantime either. He's able to go get down and come right back and be like, hey, sorry, what did I miss? Like, you know, like.
yeah.
Oh man.
Sure. And yeah, I'm not going for any long chases. I'm gonna go one tap this one person. And I'll be right back, guys. Okay, you guys work on the generator. I'll be right back. Okay. Hey, what I missed? Yeah, 3 seconds later.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, oh, what another nasty down. These downs from FaZe are just so nasty. Is he gonna take a basement hook? No, he's not.
No, but no, Jaw's dead. Jaw's dead.
Yeah.
This is
4K3 at 3 gens left.
Yeah.
It is heartbreaking for Team Seraph here, honestly.
Yeah, and the definitive win means that the only I mean, here we go, right? The only God damn. Sorry. The only possible outcome for Team Seraph is the only positive outcome is gonna be a tie, like we've been talking about all weekend. So yeah. I mean, here we go again, baby!
Alrighty, seeing our 4th tie for the weekend is quite something, right, people?
It's not yet, but it's on the table.
It's definitely on the table. It's very, very possible. And you know, with how the majority of the weekend has gone, it's actually quite probable to actually happen. It's really in the favor, I'd say.
My goodness! Wow. I mean, I gotta tell you though, we're eating good today. This has been like, this is the 5th matchup of the weekend, and like, I don't think there's been a miss. There's not been a single miss of like in the matchups this weekend. And good job, Zavis. And like this matchup particularly, Seraph and Vikzz. I mean, I realize again they may be on the lower end, the lower side of the leaderboard, but you can tell that they're both very skilled. You can tell that they both have they're very well matched. Like the fact that they are currently tied. There goes Hatch. The fact that they're currently tied, you can see like it's not a fluke. You know, it's not who they've been matched up against. They are very evenly matched, which makes for some really, really great Dead by Daylight games.
Oh my God, Zaphis is. If only FaZe chased Zaphis in the beginning of the match, this could have been a very different result here, because he is
always how it is
up so well.
Isn't it always how it is? What? You juice up when it doesn't matter. This is me to a T right here. I only have good chases when everyone's dead.
Finally taking a tag. Oh my God, the stun just for the style points. What an absolute monster Zaphis is, I swear. Ah, Zaphis, what are you doing?
We got another minute 10. We got another minute 10. Zaphis can last that long, I believe. Let's go.
If he lasts the entirety of the endgame collapse, I'm simply going to award him another gen for his team. He still loses, but man, is this cool! I can't legally do this. All right, I can't actually do that. I cannot award a team agenda isn't complete, but I thought it was quite funny to say that. But yeah, wonderful job by Mathis in the end game. It didn't reward his team anything, but man, was it awesome to see. So good, Mathis. You did great in my heart, all right? You did great. Grim Pantry, Swamp map, Shrek's home. Really
so this
curious.
is really interesting. This middle area is always such a random hodgepodge of what you've got. That is a very dead-looking middle of the map. We've got a hill. We've got, by the way, Dragon's Grip. S tier perk is back on the board, guys. So get ready for some Dragon's Grip value. We had. Sometimes you will have like multiple junk pallets, like multiple filler pallets in the middle there, and sometimes you'll have nothing. And play comes in with the flashbang firecracker. So we were looking like we were gonna see a hit on Kenshi there. Did not happen. Now we're chasing Zavis. Yeah, look. No, on the right here we have trees, no pallet. Here we have a hill, and over the past that we have nothing but good swing through, but doesn't come through. We're gonna make it to main building. Main building is one of the strongest buildings in the entire game. I imagine FaZe is gonna want to go check these generators and give up on this chase right now. Like, look here, we've got grass, no pallets. Like, this is a dead middle map. I just want to throw that out there just for people. And those are just walks, no pallet, I think. Yeah. No, middle map, like... dead middle map. That's crazy.
Yeah, man, what an RNG setup here for FaZe. He's got to be a little bit happy about that. He's got like he deleted one pallet, and now there's maybe like 3 left on the map. So that's that's pretty good for him. Yeah, looking around for the survivor who might have been stealthing around, but I don't know if they're going to suspect Dragon's Grip on Clown here.
Yeah, I don't know sort of what the plan is. Like, it's funny because some are like meta perks on particular killers, and some are meta perks on particular players, right? Like, FaZe clearly a fan of the there. We're gonna see Shaq Pallet go down, which again I don't hate. Obviously, like, I'm not throwing at 5 gens, but like, we don't have a lot of resources on this map. I don't know if the survivors have managed to notice that yet. We have now gone 2 full minutes into the match. As you can see, Corrupt Intervention has run out. No tags just yet, but we should be hopefully seeing our first tag coming in soon here. Jaw is doing really good pathing here. I think so. The map may be pretty dead, but main building is still very strong, right? So it's not like we're in a bad position. But first gen does pop. It is main building, so main building is now free to be chased as much as you want. Like, there's no. Okay, we're going for speed here, but you gave speed to the survivor too.
Yeah. Which is 50/50. Not what you want to do as Clown. You want to make sure the survivor is slower and you're faster, right?
We still haven't had a tag. There it is.
Finally, the first injury of the match comes in, ladies and gentlemen. And it's like at least about a minute after Corrupt Intervention is gone from the match. That is not what you want to see when you have these high stakes on the line. 2 generators are done. My goodness, FaZe cannot be happy about this.
This is not the best start, but again, like, I mean, this main building is a really strong building on Grim Pantry. Like, it is one of the strongest buildings in the entire game. I think we're gonna get. No, it didn't. I was gonna say I think we might get some speed here. This is an insanely strong window, though. Who needs pallets with windows like this? My God, look at this.
Do you even get a single gen done or a single hook done this match? I don't even know. Jaw's playing this flawlessly. He's abusing main building to a point that FaZe can't do anything about.
Pallet's still here too. The main trouble too is that like at this point, okay, we're gonna get it down finally. At this point, medium vault, but he wouldn't have hit it anyway. I don't think. But so like, you can't drop this chase even though you're in like the place you do not want to be here. You do not want to be. That took almost 4 minutes, by the way. 3 minutes and 55 seconds. It took more than 2 minutes to get a first hit. Longer than that. I gotta imagine Jaw has told everybody, hey, take chase to that window, because that window is insane. It's wild. I think that FaZe would have needed to potentially thrown down some pre-bottles and let them sort of linger. And I think that instead we just had some pressing W and it didn't really pay off. You did see Grim Embrace come through there. So Grim Embrace did pop everybody off the generators for a few seconds. But, I mean, this is looking like a really, really good result for the survivors so far.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, with Jaw just kind of abusing main building for 3.5 minutes, and some of it, just trying to find other survivors to chase. I mean, wow, what a horrible start for a Clown, I would say. That being said, we do take another tag on to Stock My Stocks, and I mean, he does have a nice little filler here. He kind of outplays himself there, actually. It looks like he could have been in a little bit safer position, but tries to predict the 50-50. It doesn't go out very well for him. Another Grim Embrace stack is coming through, but another gen pops, and the last one's being stacked right now, Andrew.
They're gonna get kicked off.
Horrible.
They're kicked off the gen from Grim Embrace. I gotta wonder, why is there no pain res? Like, maybe,
well,
like,
it
right?
seems like the decision was Grim Embrace, and then the combination of Grim Embrace and Scorched Pain Resonance, I believe, is banned. Specifically, the combination.
Yeah, I guess so, but I don't know. I mean, I think pain res is significantly stronger than Grim Embrace. Like, I mean, I guess you don't plan to start the match the way we started, so this is all hindsight and whatever. So, but Sox gets unhooked. We're down to, we got 2 hooks. We got about 90% done on the generators, and we have no NOED in play, so we need a lot to happen in a short period of time here. Otherwise, Vikz's survivors are going to have a really, really hard job ahead of them. Chasing Zaphis. Missed all those bottles.
Yeah, unfortunately, all 3 of them just didn't really land where FaZe needed them to, right? And the important thing to say here is, I don't think this is going anywhere near as well as FaZe was hoping it would. His build is not really built for slowing down the match very well. He's got a perk to essentially give him haste whenever he lands a successful basic attack, and he's got a perk that helps him get exposed downs. The other 2 are really, just blocking generators, and if you don't get the downs to really kind of supplement that, then you're not going to see any usage out of Grim Embrace. He got 2 stacks already, but other than that,
I don't know what the chase is. Why are we here? Why, we put, I think we were initially trying to track down the Dragon's Grip, but I mean, you're in a terrible chase position. This is such a strong position. Yeah, there it is. And you're nowhere near your generators. Sox is trying to get, trying to take a chase here, so, because they've already been hooked. The way they're running, it looks like they're running interference here to try and keep Zaphis up. And I gotta imagine the shack door is opening. Yeah, Zaphis might be a good target here. Far away from the doors, far away from shack hatch. But yeah, this just did not go the way FaZe had hoped. I don't even like this. I think you constantly keep them on the one side of the. Oh my god, that was so necessary.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
The tip of the knife caught his shirt and brought him back far enough into the hit. My goodness. Wow. That was like the very last possible pixel you could have hit him on. If he was even a microsecond away from that, that would not have been a hit.
And the survivors are happy to head out the door here, I think. Yeah, Sox has been hooked once, so it doesn't matter. So this is going to be 3 extra hooks. That's going to be a 5 hooks, 3 fresh. Very, very strong. This is exactly what you want for the survivors. So Seraph is like, listen, we're not letting you get ahead of us. If we're not gonna win, you're not gonna win either. So
exactly.
So Seraph understands the assignment. They're setting out to ruin Vikz's fun, and they did a really good job of it there. Again, a couple interesting or better.
Yeah, and there's a lot on the line here, right? Because this could either spell Team Vikzz climbing the leaderboard more, or no one moving anywhere, right? Because Team Seraph can no longer win this matchup. They can only hope to tie. And that being said, there's so much on the line here, because at the very least, considering that a tie is only possible for Team Seraph, that is better than falling down the ranks, right? So, doing the best that they can here, right? But Jaw has a lot that he needs to do, and the build that he brought interests me. We have
I like it way better. I like it way better.
Crowd control.
Yep.
I think. I wonder if you're thinking what I'm thinking, actually. Oh, we do see someone here with balanced landing, actually. But yeah, I wonder if you're thinking what I'm thinking, because if the survivors do attempt to abuse that main building, it's gonna get shut down instantly with crowd control. There's no playing that.
I want to throw this out there, though. We're dealing with Ruin and crowd control, and I think those are the 2 automatic spawns points for this map. So the 2 totems, unfortunately, I was just complaining about how totems spawn in weird places in this map, and I think that the totems, there are 2 rocks. I know for sure this close one. There are 2 rocks that always have totems, and I think they are the 2 totem spawns for right now. So if the survivors decide they identify and they want to get rid of these totems, they're very easy to identify. Yeah, that's the other rock. So this rock here always has a totem, and over there where the other totem is another rock that always has a totem. So yeah, that's kind of unfortunate. It's kind of like Water Tower totem on Dead Dog Saloon.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. You know, it's quite funny because the totems in this map can really be extremely hit or miss, right? They can either be the easiest totems you'll ever find, or you will never find them ever. And that's what that's one of the things that's really like the double-edged sword about Grim Pantry and just like Swamp in general. It just makes it so unexpected how the totems will actually play out here. Oh, what? I thought that was the down, but actually,
it was down too. It was lingering smoke. That's so crazy. Yeah. Oh my God. That's so funny. Yeah, you're absolutely. Again, you could have a totem off in the back corner of the map over here behind main, which is like you'll never find it. You'll never go over there, right? Like there's no way you'll ever go over there. Good down. Or you could have these 2 obvious totems. That's crazy. So, is anyone nearby? Is the question. Main building did down. No, we got hit on. Jiggy was there, and Jiggy took the hit.
I was just about to say that was a faster first down considerably with 2 minutes and 40 seconds, but it doesn't matter because the pallet save came through. That is so unfortunate for Jaw. Yeah, it just doesn't even matter at this point because the pallet save came through. Jiggy came in and was like, "Hey, bro, you don't get a down. Actually, I'm taking that away from you."
Okay, so
you're grounded.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jiggy takes
Survivors are just cranking gens, by the way. They haven't touched these totems yet. I probably cursed it. They're probably about to break them, but we're cranking out. Looks like we're about to double up and finish a generator. Daimao and Nazan are finishing a generator together. Survivors have a bit of a better RNG. They had this pallet by this generator. It's gone now, but they had that pallet a little bit nicer. Definitely not. That dead zone in the middle was not a defining factor of last matchup, so it doesn't really matter. RNG doesn't matter as much as gameplay, obviously. That looks like a balanced landing.
Very ambitious bottle tosses here coming in from Jaw, trying to land them. They're not really landing. Finally, one lands, but I do like the usage of crowd control here. It's really blocking off all of these good windows, and it's going to make chases so difficult for the survivors.
Yeah, like that window there. I was gonna say I saw him, and I was like, that's not a flashlight, is it? Get out of here! I saw him. I was like, are they hiding for a head-on? What's going on? That is wild. Good save by Daimao. That's crazy.
Goodness.
I was saying that window, that long wall window, was still blocked from the initial chase with Nazan. So. This is probably going to end up being a down. What the?
Oh, Daimao, you're so
we've
precious.
Done it. We've all done it.
Please.
All right, every one of us has done it.
He was trying so hard for the reverse save or the reverse pallet drop. My goodness. Yeah, you're right. We've all done it. We've all kind of done it before, right? It's nothing new here, but man, that looks so silly. But that being said, yeah, the second down comes in. We're finally getting a hook here. It's unfortunate because it feels like Jaw is kind of playing this better than FaZe did last match. But the survivors here are just doing some serious work. Very nicely done there on that tile. Getting the down onto Nazan here. Very nicely done by Jaw.
The slowdown on the survivor with the speed up on the killer equals 1 dead Nazan. So Nazan's going up on hook now. That will be hook number 3, fresh hook number 3. So now we need 2 more hooks for a tie, which is no, sorry, no. We need 3 more hooks. 3 more hooks for the win still. Or fresh hook on Mystic will be 2 more hooks in general. See, like that totem there. That's the one I was talking about. It's a guaranteed totem spawn. Ruin's still cranking. I'm surprised the survivors haven't done anything about that.
Yeah, I honestly am too. I gotta say, it's quite a mystery as to why Ruin has not been cleansed yet. But, you know, to be fair, they've gotten 3 gens out of the way, so it's not all lost, you know? But that being said, we do find our chase on the Mystic here, who vaults the shack window quite quickly, blocking it in the process with crowd control. Quite
like, crowd control is becoming a problem, you know what I mean? Like, it seriously is becoming a problem.
It is, yeah. Oh, nicely
Good
done with
patience
that
by
drop.
Mystic, yep. Very good patience.
And Mystic's playing this very well. If Jaw is not careful, we're gonna see 2 more generators pop pretty quickly, actually, I'd say.
So Nazan is playing smart here. Nazan knows that Mystic is the only fresh hook. So Mystic is a shortcut to the win condition. Nazan has been hooked, and because of that is less. Oh, good.
No.
Good swing through on Mystic there. This door is open because this. So it's interesting. There was a generator inside of this building, inside the little shack here. And because of that, those doors were closed. But with the generator done, they're able to get out of those doors. Nazan, sorry, not Nazan. Mystic is in a bit of trouble here, but still playing these pallets well. A 4th generator pops. We're getting really close. Like, look, this is a pretty low. This is a pretty low win condition, but it's working out so far. My God, how are we?
Oh my goodness.
And there it is.
Oh
They
my
got the
God,
gen
he
done.
did so well.
And we have
we're gonna
a body block
body
again!
The body block.
This
It's
is get
so
out of
good.
here. Is Vikzz gonna win this?
They might. It's looking really good for Vikzz right now.
I don't see how they
The door
don't.
is done too. What?
I don't see how they don't win this because you can unhook against a clown. You can do it. You need to get somebody and you need to kill them.
No, but it's not happening. They didn't let it
2,
happen.
3, 4, let's go!
What?
Team Vikzz at the win! No way!
Oh my God!
3 hook states, 3 fresh! Nazan comes in and tanked that early hit, which let Mystic do that chase, wins all those 50-50s, and Mystic, on the back of Mystic's great chase and the assist from Jiggy and from Nazan taking hits, we have a win for Team Vikzz. So Team Vikzz is going to be leaving the bottom of the leaderboard.